once again to the magic show of miniatures, late night miniatures. We're going to talk about my progress yesterday. As you see, I have a bit shaved and I have this lovely mustache because it's November, is the month of the prostata cancer for guys thing. So please don't laugh too much when you see me like this. Anyway, let's see some pictures. So here you go. Here you have my 3 orcs that I ruined completely by spraying them white and then yellow and stuff. So you can see that there are some paints left on them. So I will try to rub them out real good, and but that's an okay effect, right? The next picture are the Gobos, right? The one with the bang, or whatever you call them, the musician. I'm fairly happy with him. He's like almost clean out. Now I think he's like clean out to prepare to be repainted. You can see the moon line as well, so we're going to scrub them away. Here you, in the middle you have another goblin that is very nicely done, right? You can see a bit about his right eye, there is a bit red left, but anyway, and the moon line is still there, so that's good. Now we will see and look closely towards the goblin on the left here. Yes, he has the shadowing glow over him, and maybe I will work a little bit more with him to like take it away. Now we'll take a look for the Gobos that didn't pass the second life test, or the bath test. So you have Gobo that is very blurry, but his friends are not so much blurry. They are very much covered in paint. And yeah, they are going into a second bath. I have the spray that I'm gonna use on the lads that I think need a new refill. But I will need to spray them, and then I need to like brush them about in a couple of minutes. So we're talking about 5 minutes, right? So I spray one, then I brush them, and I spray the other one, and I brush them. Or maybe I can spray the first one, wait 5 minutes, and before I take him in, because we're gonna spray outside, we are gonna like spray the other one, take him out, brush him inside, and then, so I don't know if I can film it, but I can of course take some pictures and we can talk about it. All right, and the last picture is on this strangely Gobo with I don't know, with I don't know, lava on top of his head and back, with neck and glowing effects kind of thing. I don't know what happened to this miniature. Actually, all the miniatures were in the same bath. Maybe he was pre-bath in with some other chemicals. So you have this like white dots all over it. It could be the color, or maybe glue, or I don't imagine what the hell it is wrong with this guy. But anyway, this is something we need to take a closer look to it. Yeah, so welcome back. So we're gonna do something. Today we are gonna do these guys, right? So this is great. I'm very happy and keen to painting them. Try to finish them as much as I can, but before finishing I just want to check some because these are not fantasy, right? They are historical miniature. I think I already overdue with the blue, right, on top of blue tunic, but I will want to see the sword and the cover of the sword, right? What color it is. What was it, like wood, or was it colored, or whatever it was. I know the helmet's gonna be goldish, and then you have this belt, some golden parts here, and the chainmail. Maybe the thing on top of his chest is gonna be gold. So the middle part here is gonna be, we're gonna paint them black. Then of course we have some hair standing out from the behind. We're gonna work with them, and they will have all black feathers in the hats. Maybe we go crazy and try some of these light this pseudo semi ink colors. I know that the paint the army whatever. What are they called? The Army Painter. Yes, that's the name of the company. And the Army Painter have this quick paint or something like that they're gonna announce, and GW's has this contrast paint. So I don't know really what's the name of those colors, like the kind of brand or the kind of well, we'll see how that works. Maybe we could do it the old-fashioned way, spray paint it dark gray, and then we're gonna light it up to grayish on the top of it. So, and I'm not using the goddamn brush method, dry brush, because I suck on it. I dislike it. Oh, I dislike it a lot. Yes, so now I said it. So this is what I'm gonna do. We are having these guys. Very keen on them. Very happy. They have some, as we saw the picture, they have some yellow stuff here and there, but they are ready almost. I would just buy them for safety reasons, so they're so clean as they can. And then we can talk about some miniatures. I just saw these guys that are still available at the Games Workshop homepage for now, and they were also in the 2003, 2001 even, I think, catalog. So they are pretty old guys. They are about 20 years, right? And then we have the older one, these ones, the Chaos Warriors, right? You know these ones? Well, this is a musician, but these guys, they're gonna also be in this Second Life cast. We tear everything up, and they will be repainted. But they came up, I think, with the edition, or what was it? The Storm of the Chaos, I think. They were introduced. So they have about 18 or 17 years on the neck. So that's pretty good reusing of them, of the miniatures. So from monofigs to figures that you can make a bit difference on by gluing them, like heads and things, and they are GW is going backwards on the monopose ones again. So yeah, we'll see you in a bit. Stay tuned. See you in a sec. Hi and welcome back again. Now let's start painting, right? So we have a cup with water here. You can see him here, and we have our great new water palette. So we're gonna fill up with a bit of water because it's dried out just a little bit, and then we can apply something like that. Just pour it in there, and we'll soak up everything. Yeah. Now let's do this gently and nicely. Yes. Okay. This is for the ink. Now let's start with some yerba mate before we go all crazy and loose on those poor Romans. And we need a pencil, not maybe the thickest one we got. Let's see, which one is the bigger one? This is both are little brush. Okay, little brush is a small one. So that's for the details. Logic. My logic is unwhelming. So we dip it into the water, make it a bit moisture. Where is our paper? Oh no, we lost. No, it's up there. Okay. Well, we can take some new paper here. So we don't need to stand up because it's a waste of time. And you lads want really to see what's happening and how the progress is going. Yes, the spraying thing I will try to do tomorrow. I paint them and I do them and stuff like that. So here's the cup of water, and we take what color are we working for? We are working with. Should we work with brown? Yeah, let's work with brown. So they're gonna be black, brown hair, black belt, and we're going with leather. Right, leather, and the shield's gonna be oak. So we have oak, and we have brown, leather brown. Yeah, something like that. Oh, this is almost an empty fellow. Not much in here. So we put it on. You see the pellet? No, you don't. Oh, anyway, it's not much to see actually. I'm just applying the color here. So it's just behind my face. Okay. So a little bit of drop there, and I think I have a bit too much medium in this one because it's always so extremely thin. So what should we paint? Yeah, we are painting their belts. Just a long, nice stroke. Yeah, and we're not trying to fibble around with details. Just make it, and then we have the belt here. Because we're gonna do the male black. So yeah, and of course the stripes towards the. Do you want to see? You see it, or do you want a bit more zoom in? No, I think this is okay. No, maybe either you see the miniature or you don't. So I think that this is good. You see my progress here. And now by the way, I've looked up the on the Great Wide Web, World Wide Web, and I saw that the coifs, or whatever you call them here, they have metal parts, and they have brown things inside. So they have this I think bronze stripes all over it. Where how the is it leather there? I don't see it. It's a bit hidden beneath his arm there. Oh, there's some leather there. It's a bit good. And maybe a metal thing there in top. This is gonna be brown. Now the hair and the helmet stripe. Okay, we don't want to. We can have someone have. Yes. There you go, my dear guy. My great fellow. Now the rod. And sometimes less is more. Okay, and it's a bit faster because I have a tendency to stuck with my miniatures and like peeling my soul into this. So gently. Ooh, that was a close one. I wouldn't be surprised if I drop it into a bucket of paint. That's like typical me. Between their small fingers. Okay, so this is all the brown things that we are going to do on this chap. There is going to be black and the white top. So this is one. The back of the shield is going to be dark brown. Yes, dark brown. Now this fellow has a more action around his belt going on. He's like twisted. He has twisted his belt. And they are having their belts rather high up because they are in the midst of battle. Come on, just nick it in there. As here they have these small daggers also, something like that. And the back part of the belt. Yes. Now we're doing the inside of the belt, of the Not, oh no, he has another one. They have different like versions of the oh Christ, what is the name of it? Not shelves, something like that. And he will have brown hair as well. We will have the other one will have dark hair, like grayish, because they all can't have brown hair. I think Romans have most black hair actually, don't they? Not so many brownish lads running around there. So we have 50-50. So the belt is done. The pilum, the shaft of the pilum, need to paint it. Chop, 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 and from the other side, chop, chop, chop. Yes. So about the holidays is coming. Have you written the letter for the Santa yet? I'm thinking of for myself actually, because I don't get much presents that I really like. I get like socks and you know, this the typical father stuff. But oh, thank you for these lovely mittens. I will wear them with great. Well, if they're mittens done by your children, that's awesome. That's like something like secret. So yes, so we have another one that's done with the brown, and we're going with this one. This one's gonna have he has this buckles, this bit buckled belt, so it's a bit less brownish on his belt, and he has this thing here. We have some leather stripes here. We can put some leather in there so we don't see anything. No, nothing there. And then we have this thing, a little bit of brownish there and a bit of brownish there. Now they have brownish handles on the weapons actually. So let's continue with this brown thing up on the handle. I thought there was like metal or stuff, but they're actually wood like. So yes, that's good. And then we have the shaft. And remember, we said that these guys gonna have black hair, even though I don't think nobody's gonna see the black hair. So we can do that after we are inking them or shadowing them, or quick ink or quick dip or quick shadow or whatever the army painter's name is on the paint. I will still go with brown. It's more, I don't say more natural, but easier for me. But could I sleep with myself? No. Let's do them properly. Perfectly. No. Properly. Do them properly. This is a bit belt, then it will have all these nudges, and then the belt goes around again. I think he has a bit higher standards, this guy. Yeah, he does. Okay, so with this one, not much in there. Oh, he has his little sword, or how they call themselves, those guys. It's called. I can't remember what's the short sword of the legions called. Okay, it's tearing me apart. Let me just finish up with the brown color here, and then I'm gonna look it up. I must. It's like a thing that I have. Everything I do I must know. It's therefore we learn in life as we advance
from our childhood to fatherhood to adulthood and so on. Yeah, I was thinking of maybe doing some work tomorrow, like work, but my lads are sick. They have a bit cold and they cough. No, hopefully it's not corona, because we had it like 5 months ago. Yeah, and if you have had it, then actually when they have the coronavirus, that was really like easy, and they had no complications at all. They were just a bit snarly with the nose, running nose. That was what they had. Me and my wife was so tired when we had it. Oh, it sucked big time. And now, okay, now this is good. Now the shaft, and later we need to do the handles on the swords. Yes. So, nice painting, quick painting, good painting. It's what it is. I just see myself in a Chinese factory, mass producing them, or sitting in the basement of Games Warlords, or no, not Game Warlords. That would be a nice company. Game Warlords, Warlord Games, and with no light, just a little candlelight, sitting there and painting in extremely high speed and good quality speed as well. Oh, this one is grim with his broken nose. Oh, this guy is awesome. So his belt is done, his sword is done, his little thing is done here, dagger-like thing. Okay, and then we're just gonna toss on, after we do the black, we're tossing on the ink. Ink. So we are going to do this one as well, and then they will have a lot of well, not lot of, but some details in gold or bronze, or well, shiny things. Yes. Then we have this handle, put a bit nicer there. So now sword on these fellows. That was a surprising information for me, that these aren't like metal-like things. They are just wooden sword shafts or handles, or I think most of them have, but they could be covered in like leather or something. Even though leather is still brown, so haha on me. Yes. Okay, the other part of that dagger is hidden. So he's done, and then let's do him. And then after this we will change the color to black, a very dark gray. So if we ink, and that's what we're going to do, we will receive a shadow in the deeper parts of the model. I ran up a bit on the tunic. Boring. Do you have something here? No, that could be coif all the way up. So that's good. So these are done, and when now we are okay, let's say paint and paint these ones brownish on the back side. So painted brown, all the way down. But I don't know what color these guys had actually in the back side. I think it could be like I don't know, metal. No, it's not gonna be have any metal. Maybe cloth of some sort. But I can think they have like some writings behind the shields. Yeah. So this one is done because the runt or the rim is gonna be metal, so we're gonna paint it black. And then I don't know why, but I'm thinking of the song Painted Black. I think Rolling Stone, was it, that played or wrote that song? Well, actually somebody else could have. And some there is another version in this old US, I don't know, 60s, 80s, no, not 80s, but 80s, 90 serial tour of duty in Vietnam with Captain Zeke and Soldier Johnson. There was somewhere, and Anderson. Anderson was the sergeant in that platoon, I think. And Captain Zeke was the Lieutenant Zeke or whatever his name is. I think he was the small, long kind of guy. And then you have as Owl. I feel I've watched Hamburger Hill, that old movie. I think that could be nice. Maybe I will put it on after I've been done with this video, because I think it's rather unprofessional and rude to have a movie in the background. Or maybe not. You don't see what I'm looking at, do you? Where's the last scene here? Oh, here's a pillow as well. Okay. Yes, and so this would be awesome because the color is almost done. Well, done. It's not done, but it's not ended. How the hell say like ends up or finished? Finished. Yeah, color is almost finished up. But I have tortured these shields from behind with my scalpel, so hopefully not many people will look behind them shields. You have like stuff still like a hand grenade had exploded. Have you see this? Come on, bad focus camera. I don't know if you see it. In my hand. You don't see it. Whatever. And so you see these bend marks and splinter like sticking up from the behind of the shield, where it should be rather flat surface because it's resting towards your body. Yes, that's good. So those four are painted. Those are painted. Now let's paint them head. Not head, but now this is a color I've made. Like 2 years ago, I was into Warhammer 40k, Raven Guard it was, I think. So I tried to mix up a paint when I don't need to like use too much time to like ink them. So it's rather dark, but it's not too dark. So I'm ink it, so the recesses will be dark, right? Black. And then the other part will be slightly lighter gray, but not too light. And then just a little light on the top. So I managed to actually paint almost 1,000 points. I think I have still just red not to paint, but so close. Let's shake it up good. Yeah. And then we apply. And this one is almost come on. And this one is almost black. It's very, very dark gray. And where is he? He has brown hair. He needs the hair. And he needs his hair as well. So I don't think that this was what I meant. What kind of color is this? This is like, I don't know, some sort of contrast I have managed to no, this is, I think it's a mixture of contrast that is here. Oh well, they will have then this grayish tone in the back heads. Is it? It's dark. Darker than brown anyway. But the strap is gonna be dark as well. Do we want to get that go past? No, we don't. So we will do the stripes in a second with the brown, as soon as it dries up a bit. Okay, so these are more or less done. I forgot that was in black. Ooh, interesting. How much black? No, the black is okay, because I think some colors are not much left in them. So I need to order some more, because the painting must go on. I really need to buy this little cup. When you plug it in and it like vibrates, like blends the. I wonder why people didn't put in small metal balls in here earlier. That's a great idea. You hear them rumbling around. Actually, you can put 2 in. That's the best thing, I think. They are meddling around there. And when it's done, you reuse them as balls. I know this. Yes. What am I doing? Ah, yeah. I'm going to do the chainmail. Yes. Not too much. Just a little way here. So it's more symmetrical. Now let's take this guy. I will take the brush and we will apply it in an even coat. Not too thick, not too thin. And try not to go over. That's a lot of dark. Yeah. Don't mix them up, Patrick. Sadly, for my intuition, I have applied this contrast black thing that I managed to find in the earlier bottle we used up next to the dark. So I'm not surprised if I mistake or mishandle what I managed to dip my brush into the oh no, that's too much dark black. We have a problem. It has this coat of black, and I don't gonna see the recesses too good, so we need to apply it even all over the miniature. I really need to ask somebody if how's the thing is that they are priming them with black. You don't see nothing. Now we take his bum. And now I have a question for myself. Due to the fact this is a chainmail, right? I will get I filament. You can get some recesses that comes up yellow, like the background color is coming up due to the fact there's a air bubble or something like that. So should I leave them if there is like one or two, and hopefully that the ink, because we're gonna cover it after we dry brush. Oh, I hate that word. We're gonna use this because I don't, as I said earlier, I don't like bright metal. So I am almost always dark inking the metal. But the brown color, I know it doesn't really will be good if I do the dark, because the dark ink is, in my opinion, for dark colors, and I used a rather light brown thing. So it's going. I'm using up a lot of paint on these chainmails. Maybe I need to put some water in them. But if I can think that due to my luck, it will just run all over the other parts of the miniature. So now we're doing the belt. This, and here we have the recesses coming out as air bubbles, because if there is a one white dot, you will see it in the line of infantry. But if there is another color on top of this color, you won't see it. I think you won't. But white is such an annoying color. That's why maybe people use black. I think I will need to do a study on that one. Like, tell my wife, sorry love, I'm taking a whole day off where I'm gonna track down this very strange rumor that I have found on the internet. It's about color and making the undercoat black instead of white. So wonder what she says about that. Yes, this one is almost done. You see him? He's good. Very nice fellow. And now we are doing this his front, and then we do his helmet, and then I have 3 other guys. I think the number of 4 is rather good to paint, because then you can still do detailed and still have this luxury of feeling that you don't paint too much. You're not sitting in a factory and painting. That's what I'm saying. It's still acceptable amount of miniatures you paint. And the thing is, if they are in a kind of other position, that's, I think, even better. But I won't do like painting orcs, then painting humans, then painting some, I don't know, dwarf troll hunters. That could be too much. You get Disney stuff, but oh no, this is a green dwarf. No, it should be a red-headed orc. Or you paint like one Japanese infantry, then you paint the German grenadier, and then you just do a Greek. After that you paint I don't know, a cowboy, and then finish off with a robot from Doctor Who. That's interesting. Now let's see if I'm done with if I managed to apply the correct amount of color to his neck. Well, I mean the height of his neck, because so it doesn't look that he's having a white scar. Well, you could always say that, oh, that's from tanning. You know, these guys always tan with their armor on, so it's a tanning line. Easy, next to the chin. Lots of my miniatures has this have this dark chin or black chin. They're black chin lads, and I would try not to make this little line of blackness. Well, you could always say that, well, he didn't shave thoroughly or whatever. Now this one is coming up pretty good. Yes. Chainmail. I know that they had some other kind of armor, so maybe I think that these are the earlier Romans, because they have chainmail, or not. Let's see if we don't have it here. We have some that we can do like this then. So anyway, with back to the Santa Claus list, to the Santa Claus or holiday bunny or whatever you believe in. I hope my bunny comes with a big package of airbrush, but I don't think because it's you know, you don't want to buy the cheap stuff just to try it out. If you do something, you need to do this like good, because if you work with some bad stuff, like if you want to be a gamer, right, and you play on this Commodore 64 or whatever it was, you won't be a good gamer, right? But it's still a gaming computer, or I don't know, console or whatever. So yeah, I think he's done. Oh yeah, his helmet. Oh no! Oh, you see, now I did the wrong thing. I knew I should. I dipped on in the wrong color. So we need to, rather in a haste, take this color away, apply the correct color, or the color paint. Now you see, now I was on the wrong spot again, fibbling in the wrong pool. I have seen that I have not taken out the mold lines here, and I always nagging around with the mold lines here and mold lines there. But that's the way it is. These guys are straight out of the magazine of Wargamer Illustrated, and I really like the magazine. And I said earlier, I'm waiting for the issue of or what do we call it? The number with these epic war games, Napoleonic, Waterloo, cavalry bases. So I really hope I get the blue ones, the French. If not, I will send them to my friend. That's he's really keen into these tea drinkers. And I'm more of a snail guy. We actually also collecting the as I did the earlier video when I was unpacking the dismounted cavalry, and I torn off a gun, and I turn off a barrel to a rifle. Sorry, but wasn't my fault. I say it was the damn mold thing that is sticking out from there. It shouldn't have. But as I said earlier, I would put them just in the line somewhere or very close to each other, or I could put a shrubbery there or something, so they could be the nice of the who say ni and wants a lot of shrubbery. Yeah, Monty Python. I will see the. By the way, I'm so inspired by this, so I will see the Monty Python Life of Brian, I suppose. After I said, what should we watch again? Captain Who, Indiana Jones. I don't reckon. No, I can't remember what I said. Oh well. Let's see how this works out. I applied a little bit thicker coat here, but with more water in it. So it should go into the chainmail much better. No, I see now the bubbles are coming up. It's bubbling like hell in here. Get it out. Yeah, Hamburger Hill. Now we're gonna not watch the Hamburger Hill. We're not painting any Vietnam models. So we're gonna put Life of Brian in the background when we are grabbing a midnight snack. What do you guys eat for midnight? I like to do a quick toast with some cheese and ham and maybe a cucumber on top, or a tomato. That is nice. But sometimes I like to just eat it with, of course, a lot of butter. So much butter that it's dripping. The thing is that maybe I should have put it in the oven, but it takes so long time. It takes about, I don't know, 15 minutes to do it. So you need the temperature to come up, and then you need to wait for it to do. But if you do a regular toast, you will just put the bread in the toaster, put it on. While it's roasting, you get out the stuff you want to put on the sandwich then later, and after that it's done. And you even, I think, you have time to cut up the cucumber. Now, I don't know if this is tunic or not, but I hope so. It's not. Now let's see here. I'm doing this. I think there's a lot of nice details on these. I like the one with the belt all knuckled up with the bronze things. Long stripes, sister, whatever. So yes, I'm trying to look at the movies about the same thing that I'm painting. So when I do Second World War, I'm trying to do some miniatures, look at the movies about World War II, like for example Band of Brothers. Oh man, I'm so keen of try to collect the 21st Airborne. Not 21st, 101st Airborne. 21st Airborne. I know if there was a 21 Airborne, but I meant 101 Airborne Division. Then you could have the British para troopers. I like the Gurkhas, or how do you pronounce them? Mail, not my favorite to paint, because I'm doing this kind of neat little nice clean stroke with the brush, and then after it comes like white bubbles, bloop 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 bloop, and I'm like still like dipping in, like smashing the miniature. Yeah. Oh well, we're almost done with this tunic, the second one, after a nice wet. And those bubbles coming up, bubble, 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 bubble. I don't like them bubble. Oh, now I see I forgot to put some brown in here. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so this is good with the water palette. I just rid my little stir around my brush in the cup of water. Take off the extended color on the dry paper next to it, right? And then I just dip it into the brown thing, and I can do this brown dot in the middle of here. Yeah, that's awesome. And I see that the brown has come up here a bit. I don't know if it, no, it hasn't not set yet or dried. Anyway, let's continue with the mail. And remember, do not lick your colors, your brushes, because it's still toxic chemicals. Even that people say it sometimes, oh well, I'm using airbrush inside my home. It's still chemicals. You are not meant to breathe in acrylic or whatever paint you're using. So please have at least a mask, and open all your windows. Close the door to your kids' rooms while they sleep. And you can sit there and shiver, but use a mask, or try to do it outside, because you really don't need to dry brush in front of your TV or prime them or with these can sprays and stuff. Think of the other ones around you. That's what I would say. Now let's put a little bit of more black. We dip in it, the black here. Yes. And we are doing here, we're doing this one. Now you need to tag it to be a bit more dry before we do it. Now the thing is that I'm using one of my lights, no not lights, but one of my lamps to reflect at my face so you guys see me. Well, actually when I'm sitting like this, you just see my gray hair. So maybe for the other movie when I'm painting I won't have it, so you just see it. But I don't think it's nice to see a kind of this gray kind of different looking guy in the background. You want to see my face. And so therefore I don't have this great color. So I need maybe to invest in some lamps with aluminum, or at least one more IKEA lamp, so I can put it here, well, outside the view of you guys. But of course, but I have seen that some people are using some very high-tech lamps, like they have these crosses all over the painting tables with the LED lights, so the source of light is spread, and maybe it's better for painting, because then you see you don't see any shade actually. You see everything
from every space.
Wow, he's like glimmering with this. Let's take out these white dots all over him. Yes, I find the black from Warlords Army painted to be a bit like oily. I don't know if it's medium inside it, but dot. And then we have his bucket. Yes, now the dagger has dried, so we put some black next to the dagger, like this. And I wonder if you guys are making any like sound when you're painting, because actually when we sit here, we sit alone often, not always, but often, and paint away. Some people paint when there are the people around. I have very hard to focus when I am doing it, because I like when it's quiet and the kids to bed, or my wife doing yoga or something like that. So I just can be in my own space. This is like time for me. See, I don't know if you see it, but he has a lot of these dots. Come on, dotty. So maybe it's better to prime the black afterwards, after all. I will still have the ink afterwards, so it will hopefully cover a bit of bubbles if I miss them. Because going a fifth time over area is not really what now I know what I forgot. This is the one with the broken nose, so we need to be too gentle here. The pillow, of course, they need to have them pillow painted black, I think. So, well, my black is almost gone again. By the way, eyes. I had this very big problem painting eyes. Eyes and dry brush. It's two things that's very, very hard to do, actually. Is he done? Yeah, I imagine so. Well, except for his javelin spear and some tunic here. So 2 guys down with black and 2 left. Now we'll take a short break to fill up my yerba mate, and after that we will get back to it. Well, these 2 that is left with the black are drying. We will do the chainmail on these guys. Nice. See you in a bit. So, welcome back again. We are going real fast now. Continuing to paint. We're gonna zoom in as usually a bit. So you see, want to see my cup and stuff like that. You do just see the most important thing here. Applying a small dot of black. It's what's nice. Come on, come on. A little bit of black, not too much, but a little. It's enough. And we need to remember that there are chaps who need to be painted and not just standing on the shelf or being in the box. So I want you all guys to pick up a miniature and a color and a brush and just went with the black on the tunic. Great, perfect, nice, perfect Blood Bowl weather. So that sucked. Anyway, these chainmails is a bit. I think I need to figure out an easy way to do them. Right? Because there should be a better, easier way, and not to have the whole miniature in white bubbles due to the fact that the paint is not applied into recesses that good. Well, it's not. It's all my fault, but anyway, you get the point, don't you? Okay, this guy need to redo. We need to redo his tunic out of this undercoat of black. I know that I tried to use the black on some bio sword miniatures I did, and well, the thing is that you don't go into recesses. You just paint from the start the stuff that are sticking out, which means that speed of paints comes really good because you're not inking them, right? The darker parts, like here, these 3, right? These 3, this one, you don't paint. You just go with brown here, and there, and there, and then you do a little bit lighter brown there, and there, and there, and that's it. So you have 3 layers: black, brown, and light brown. So and it's 50mm scale, so it's rather small things, right? But they're good enough for the table, due to the fact that they are covered in black from the start. Maybe I should start with it. I can try it on the bigger models. I remember I started some orc team some years ago, and I actually used that tactic. That I didn't go to, or did I do it? I can't remember now. It was so many years ago. Well, not many years ago, but the thing is that if you stop paint, it's hard to jump back on the level you were, right? So it goes like you need to have like 4 or 5 miniatures before you are on top of your game again, right, with the painting. And then there is holidays, and then there is birthdays, and then you have a bit of renovation in the house that you need to go through, and then you don't paint for like in half a year or something like that, and then you fall back behind because it's a constant development of stuff, right? Of things to do, actually. We need to cover this part of the, I want to say hose, but I know it's not the name hose. Okay, so we need to check two things until tomorrow. First of all, we need to, let's see, here comes all the bubbles up again. We need to check two things until tomorrow. First of all, how the short sword used by the Romans were called. Gladius? Nah. Or maybe. That I remember. I think it's just a sword that the gladiators use. But maybe it's Gladius. So, and the other one is how. What was the other one again? Well, the memory is good but short. Not the shield, not the pilum, not the. What's the name of it? The thing that you put your gladius, or if that's the correct name, in. So painting. And I know that because I managed to take a peek on reactors in these armor, the chainmail ones. They have this a little bit of bronze in front of them, right? So we will try to do it. We'll do the back, because the front is a bit more fibbly around too much, too many recesses. I have these painting handles, but when I haven't painted for a while, I think that they're just in the way, because the miniature comes up a bit too high, and the point in the magnifying glass, when there's the sharpest, is about in the same height as the table, right? So the higher I come with the miniature, the more my own eyes need to work, just to have a good sharp image, right? So what I'm painting of. So therefore I think I will do, or have this maybe log kind of, that log kind of thing is not, maybe a bowl, or I don't know, or dismount this from this and have it up in the air, and have the table a bit further down. Well, we see what we're gonna work with when we have time to do this. As I said earlier, I have this project by renovating a room and make it habitable for the for guests and stuff like that comes by. Yes, that's good. Yeah, it's rather good. And still the bubbles. I'm hunting bubbles. I paint a part, then I paint another one, then I go back and hunting bubbles. Then see if we have any bubbles in the front. Of course we have. So we dip this, dip it in a bit of water to make it a little bit more fluidable, and dip it into the bubble-like part of the chainmail where there's more bubbles. Okay, the backs is done. So let's continue with the chest here, and This pilum is a little bit in the way actually. But as a friend of mine said, when you can see, you can paint. It's all about the degree of in which you hold the miniature and degree of your brush and how much coffee you have drinked. Because if you drink a lot of caffeine, your hand can be a bit shaky. Therefore you won't be able to be so much, and the steadiness of your hand is not that good. But I have not drink any coffee today, so I think my hand motions is rather good. Remember to do those spears, pilums. But I think if I say spears, you will understand, don't you? Yeah, that's good. Remember, when you're painting, try not to overdo, because often when I do it, it ends up just making it worse than it was. As with the orcs, for example, poor lads, all yellow and stuff. Yes. So we are on the helmet on this fellow. And yes, we have sadly some mold line or mold spikes or mold, whatever you call it. This mold, well, spur bits, I can say, that are sticking out like from the side of this helmet. Okay, let's do this. This one looks really harsh. I like the one with the broken nose. That's a great feature. I don't know if the sculpture thought of that. But here, this one haven't broken nose yet. Maybe have been in Legions a bit younger. Or maybe not that. And maybe he was always standing in the last line. I'm standing out here. Nothing here. I don't need a raise. Okay, so now just his, I think I would need to go with the, yeah, that's good. Okay, any bubbles? Bubbly like man. Bubbly like man. I have put on this miniature so much paint that it's nothing compared to the Gobos, or nothing compared to this Chainmail. Hey, solid 5mm of paint over there, boy. But I had some problems applying it. So okay, so he's done with the black stuff. We need to actually make the bit brown and the blue here before we ink them. And yes, we need to do the pilums as well. Okay, so they're looking really nice. More black. Shaky. I think I'm the last person in the whole world that shakes his paints.
when I shake him, I'm afraid that I'm gonna like drop him. Let's make this sterling. And here the small ball run like touches or glides inside the bottle more than bounces. Yeah, there you are. Okay, this one has the belt, by the way. So his belt's gonna be black. So we can like just nick it a bit faster with the brown, with the dark. I say with the dark, with the black. I'm a bit tired now, but we try to make, because if you paint, it's important to have regularity. Because if you like, I'm too tired today, or I don't have the strength to take out my my brushes, or I want to see a movie. You can often come to such a, I don't say this is a job. Do it when you want to, first of all. But when you have this timeline of an orcs, and you have this like you're in a wave of, wow, yeah, I like to paint now. Yeah, I remember that. Oh, this makes me joy, and this gives me satisfaction. So keep on it. Hold the wave as long as the surface do. Hold that wave and go with the wave as long as it's satisfying you, because sooner or later you will come to a stop when you say, oh man, paint again, come on. And then you spend like a half year buying stuff on the internet, both old miniatures and new miniatures, and do that. Oh yeah, I want to do this 6th edition dwarf army, and oh yeah, I want to do this, the Tomb Kings. Oh yeah, oh no man, I want to do the skeleton army for the 5th, from the 5th edition, where I can use Nagash, for example. Then you say, okay, now I have all these miniatures. Now I need to paint. So I think most of us like to have them, like to buy them, but then when it comes to paint, you're suddenly scrolling up for service, painting services and stuff like that. And I understand it. I've been there as well. Because you have other priorities, but you still want to keep your hobby alive. Especially when the other guys that you play with don't have wives or children or I don't know, dogs and stuff like that, or hamster and cats, and they can really outrun you really fast. I have one friend that is like a Terminator with paints. He just paints away. Goes like comes like a, you know, ice cleaver or ice bender, ice spreader, or whatever you call those big ships that steer the Atlantic Ocean near the Arctic or Atlantis, and cleaning up ice blocks, ice mountains when they come. How do you, icebreakers? Yeah, maybe icebreakers. Yeah, that's the word. I think that's the word. Icebreakers. So he just sits down and paint whole armies, I don't know, in a weekend or something. Like a robot, I tell you. Well, I'm taking out the paints in a weekend. So I have seen that there is a game that's, I think it's in the early 18th century, the Great Northern War, when you play with cardboard miniatures. Like they're just cut out from paper, right, rather thick, and they're already like printed. So you stand up in lines, battle lines, rows, and they're already painted and ready to go. And I think that could be a catch for people. I don't say that you need to start selling colored miniatures, but have this carbon like, for example, and they're
on a thick carbon with so that could be an option for people that don't have the time, more like me, but I like to paint. I say it's my own little time in the world when only me and my colors matters, and of course the chap I'm painting. These brave Romans are gonna be like in the first line if I'm gonna collect an army. Then I will do like, I don't know, the Civil War with whatever his name was, Caesar and the other guy that lost his head. Oh, come on, what was his name again? Not Hannibal, but was it Hannibal? No, it was not Hannibal. Civil War, Rome. Or maybe it was Hannibal. Now Hannibal came from the through the Alps with a lot of elephants and stuff like that, and he was, I think he was from Africa, from Carthage, mighty Carthage. This one was the other guy, the Civil War. I will figure it out. Okay, so we have need to do a bit of history lesson about the miniatures, and I can be then because my friend has this Roman legion thing, so I can be this this rebellious like I don't know if it was a general or something like that, but I can be him, and he will wear blue tunics on his troops. And we can be like some house rules that the first 2 turns I have a higher morale than 7, or if we say that the Roman legion has 7 as morale, first 2 we are rebellious and have a higher morale, then after 2 rounds I have -1 to the morale, or I have the next 2 rounds I have moral 7 is the same as Roman, and after that I will have a moral of -1, for example. Nice, he's done. I accept his helmet. Yes, his helmet, and a bit of his shoulder there. Yes. Now we need to do his helmet, and then we're gonna do the javelins. Oh no, I knew it. It has a brown chin, a black chin. Black chin boys. Where are you, black boy chin boys? And those feathery legs. Yeah. Hannibal Lecter? No. That was from the movie. Pompey. Wasn't his name Pompey? Just figured that out. Something rings deep down in my cortex. Pompey. Yes, it was Pompey. Oh, Pompey was maybe a battle at Pompey. So we need to figure that one. So we need to know the gladius, if the gladius is named gladius, and what's the thing that you put your sword in English? Oh no, he has yeah, I think I'm getting a bit tired now, but because he's getting his eyes is like, he has this dark kind of, I don't know if you see it.
Come on. No, it's not
the shadow from the spear. I accidentally trashed his face with the black stroke of a pencil. So I need some lighter. Oh no, no, no. We can do this one. We can paint this one black. While we're thinking of our language. Okay, so here's done, and then we just do the upper one part. This is rather hard to hold the shield and paint the upper part of the piece of pillow that is sticking out. Okay, so we are done with this. We're gonna do what we're gonna do. We're gonna have to take a bit of light.
Don't do that at home. I just show you what you can't do at home. Yes, rubbing. Now let's see, what do we need to do? We do the pillow on these guys, because no, we don't have any black paint left, so we can't do it. We will do the tunics and the now what kind of tunic did we use? Did we use the dark one? What do you think? Let's hope that this covers the black that I managed to stir around. Or not. Here we need to have cover some blue. Yes, this one is okay. And in the front it's okay. In the back here maybe, but nobody's gonna look under his arms. But just so I know I'm doing a great job. Okay, so he is done. He don't have any blue things. Great, now take the other one. I think that this one had, yes, this is the guy that has blue here, so we need to fill it out here, the whole lower part of the tunic with the blue, like this. And then he had somewhere here in the front, right? Somewhere, maybe the shoulder somewhere. I know that he, maybe here a bit, like this. I see white dots. I see white dots. Yeah, so he's good. Yeah, he's too good to go. Now let's take another blue here and look closely for the. There we have a rather big part of the tunic missed. We can't miss so much with tunic.
and then we put some here. This will be covered by ink. Here we need to cover it, and down there is okay. The one arm, the one second here we have a bit that's not covered. Yeah, then the most of it is covered. Great. Now the last one. Now let's see, he has a bit on his shoulder, and yeah, this shoulder guy, where are you? Here you are. In here, in this recess here. I think that this recess will be covered with the shadow as well, but let's do this thoroughly and sincerely. He has a bit of flesh underneath his tunic. Nobody gonna look there. And there and there. Then we have some white dots. No, I'm not gonna fibble in there because it will end up badly. Ink it, ink it, ink it, ink it, ink it. I say ink it. So that's good. Now we do the brown. Roger. Now where do we have the brown? We have some brown color left, and I know some belt somewhere where I slipped. No, here maybe. No, yes, yes, no, 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 no. That's good. That's good. That's good enough. That's a bit of his. That's good. Now we can do a bit of here on this piece of leather on his belt. That's good. That's good. That's close enough. Now the stripes in this back here. Do not shake, Patrick. Do not shake. Well, that's good precision. Now how do we do this one? So enough of light gonna come, and we do not destroy the. Yeah, it's good enough. Now he has this binding his back as well. Yep. Okay, so he's done. He is brownish all over again, nothing on his belt. And this chap then, maybe a bit there. Alright, that's good. Yeah, in here. I think we managed to put a bit too much black in there. Like this. We have some whites here, so we're going to cover this up as well. Yeah, that's good. Now the last one. Belt. Yep, here we have it. Here we have a bit of leather that is covered in black, and it's not supposed to be that. Here we can paint up a bit, but not to overdo it. Yes. Then let's see the front. How does it look? And then we need to have the black for the belt, metal part of the belt, the belt bucket or bucket belt or belt bulldog. We do this. We take this a bit of bright black paint and do it. That's good. Now we're doing these blacks pillars. No, oh no, this is the wrong color. Well, this wrong color. Can we fizzle out the white dots? That may become, well, he's okay actually, so he's good. We're gonna need to take the black paint. Do we have any white? Here we have some white. This one is covered with them white. Just like the painting. Okay, he's done. This one then. Okay, he's going. He has a good score right now. Not there's one. There's one another. Then and here. I think it's all depends on how you hold the brush when you do it. We need to paint the face of this other chap. Okay. Okay, so these guys are done, and let's see, these brothers are the flesh one, the flesh, the tainted flesh. I know that flesh won't cover, so we need to work a little bit with what kind of spray was it? Well, it wasn't Rathbone, was it? It was what was this, Skull White or something? It's a hard work in the late night evening. We are doing our great miniatures for our great armies and battles. I imagine that every one of you are imagining when you paint your miniatures that you're gonna win, crush your enemy with just this model. And your advanced painting. Now, where is this guy with the pillar in his face? Here you are. And no, is not a broken nose, guys. Thank God. Now I had someone that had some paint on his arm or somewhere, or leg. Was it you? No, it wasn't you. Somewhere, one of these chaps has a blue line, I think, somewhere. I can't find it now. Oh well then, doesn't matter. Let's see. You have this half painted white man, then we have the black for the pilums. Nice. And then we ink them. Nice. And we ink them with soft brown, the skin, for example. Like this. And we are going to the flush. Shaky. This is what I don't like. When there comes when there's this kind of hat like dried paint on the top of them. Now it's better. So we're doing this one, and then we will have the black for the pillow, and then we are ready to ink them. And that's what we're gonna do today. We are gonna ink them. The part of the skin. I can toss on a bit more paint on the tear of hands. That should be holding the shield. So I don't miss anything, because if I gonna do this put some paint in there, it's gonna be terrible. Now here's a broken arm. This one we could do a bit better. So we still have some exposed clean plastic. Okay, so now let's toss up just some black and do the splitter and wait and do some oh yeah, this one. Painting. I'm painting away. This is what I like to do. The thing is that you don't really have much to say in a while. After a while, except for the colors you do. Yeah, that's good enough. It's gonna just be the background shield. So we have now we apply the black once again. Fourth. And then I must do the spraying thing, but I say I will do it tomorrow. Would be nice. Spraying, and applying black paint on my homemade water palette, as I show you guys how to do it. I think that's enough. A bit of fluid in form of regular water. Dip it and apply it. apply, try to apply an even, yeah, we can make it a bit more, because I know that this black one you can really mix with a lot of water and it still covers very good, due to the fact it's so oily. Oh really? Yeah, really. Yeah, that's good. That's, we're almost done with this pillion boy here. Not only the rear part of the pillion. And we are going to do, yeah, they look good.
See it? I don't know what's wrong with the camera today. It's not really making any
so let's the other one, bit of water, bit of black paint, and toss it on. Sometimes it would be fun to have this barbecue kind of thing, when you just toss in the model and it turns slowly around, and you just like hold the brush in one spot while it turns. So that would be nice. Another tips I can give you to you lads, when you're doing like this, the color can like splat, but if you do it alongside the thing you're painting, the chance is smaller that it will be like sparkled or away, but it won't explode really. You know what I'm meaning. So this is great. Perfect. That's a little bit big toss with black paint here, and a bit of black paint on top, and it's ready to go to march with all the other gents towards the Republic of Rome. Yeah. Same here. We painted with long strokes to minimize the chance of paint splatter where we don't want them. And if you must do it gently. Lot of love to the miniatures. Yes, and we will go with this back here. Even though that the maybe a bit too thick coat of paint, but how does the under one look? Well, yeah, it looks good. Yeah, and now this one. Now after this we will wait a bit, and then we will actually we can do this directly, because now we have painted the face. Remember the guy with the black stripe on his cheek and his nose? Yeah. Roman, where are you? We will kneel. We'll bash the hell of you. Roman, come out wherever you are. It must be Pompeii. Now, careful here. Very careful here, because we are close to the face. We're close to the pompon, or how do you say them? I think this name is pompon, but I think pompon is a French word. And pompon means more like a round kind of thing on top of your beret or your helm or your hat and stuff like that. So it should be called something else. We can look it up as well. Okay, so we have gladius to look up, and then we have the thing that the gladius is in, and then you have the Pompeii, and then you have the name of the thing that the Romans wear on top of their helmets. This feather-like feature. And still that the Italian soldiers were during the Second World War. Into this. Oh, it came out a bit wrong. The Second World War. Was there any Second World War? Well, I can imagine you can put it in some different like stages. All right. So now this is one with the broken nose. We like him. Okay. So while I'm cleaning now my little pencil, I will switch to the bit bigger one. This one. This one is a bit bigger. Then it will have more this ink. Right? And now the ink, you can't really put the ink on this paper, because then it's gonna like flood everywhere, like the great flood on, I don't know, 10,000 BC with Moses and stuff. And no, not Moses. Who built the ark? You remember? Moses. No, Moses was with the 10 Commandments. Noah. Ding. Noah built the ark. Yeah, with the big flood. So this one is cleansed, even not only clean but cleansed in the holy cup of eternal clean nice water. Put him back here. Now we take out this one, we moisture it a bit, stir while stirring. So we do two things simultaneously at the same time. Yes. And then we put it on my other palette like this. Whoop. And sandals, toes, skin. Maybe a bit of. So this one we can put aside. Yes, and take this one. So let's dip his sandals and his here, his legs. Yeah, it comes really good. Well, not the whole sandal, sadly, but. And I'm the person that like to have a lot of this, because I want contrast. So even the let's do it a bit on the tunic as well. And do here on the upper part of his hand. Because you can always tune it down while taking this, now his chopped off hand. And good for us that this isn't the guy with the broken nose. Now we apply on the belt and on the handle to the sword, and hope it stays in the recesses. And on the, now we do it on the neck and on the hair. Yes, neck, hair is done. I think I touched the sand here. Okay, now we're dipping his face. Not too much, not too much. I know sometimes the paint comes really good, the ink. Sometimes it just stays in these strange spots like at top of someone's nose. So really, really. Yeah, his belt, nice and green, and the recesses on his sword or gladius, or we will need to be 100% sure before the next episode what's the name of the plume on the top of his head and the let's have some more, and the plume, gladius, where we put the sword, and Pompey, and what date it is, and what armies and colors it was used. But I don't think this one is with the broken nose, so he's the hard hitting guy. I think I can swear he's in the front. You can see it as he holds his spear. He holds it completely different. He knows the true value of strong impact can even bash an enemy shield. He's to pieces. Now let's do his neck like this, and do his face. Some personality. Oh yes, he's awesome. Yeah, he's the greatest miniature in this platoon, I tell ya. yeah, it's not aristocratic nose. I can tell you for sure. Yeah, so the belts are inked, the handles is inked, the shoif, something like that. His dagger is inked. Yeah, his skin around is inked as well. So, 2 guys done. 2 to go. Now this is one that's screaming. He may be like screaming, move aside. I really want to throw my javelin. My pillars, or I think pillars is a sort of javelin, right? So it is correct, I think, to say javelin, but still it should be like a revolver is still a pistol, right? But if you say pistol is more like a semi-automatic pistol or a flare pistol, while revolver, then you know it's 5 bullets or 6 bullets round magazine that turns in, like in the movies of the Wild Wild West, as he sings, whatever his name is, Will Smith, the Wild Wild West. Jesus, that's Tupac singing Wild Wild West, right? I tell you, it's too late for me in the. Yeah, let's give some life to his face here. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, his ornament, his gladius. I don't know why, but the gladius comes up a bit lighter than the belts, than the scales. Yeah, we're done with the toes on these gents. Now, this one has this guy, no, he has not. We to do his tunic as well. And these parts of the tunic and these parts of the tunic. These guys are a bit worn down by battle worn down guys. So he has this bit of torn tunic. Awesome face, awesome grim face. Now, did you have your shoulders done with? No, you have not. So let's let them drown in the color here with this. And after it, we will, of course, highlight the parts that are standing out. Right? Yes, and now the last one. And then we take a break. So we come to back tomorrow. Right? And do the second part, where we do the metal. So we have a heavy metal session, or metallic session. We can play some Metallica then in the background if you guys want. We can use like something that we find on the YouTube, like something streaming in the background. So that would be nice. Maybe, but you don't even hear with the sound in the background, because I think all of you are more focused on my voice. Gently, nice, calming voice that keep you all in a constant painting movement fury. Have you seen this movie, the movie Fury? It's okay. It's very erotic and typical American movie, but I think it's a rather bit also to the Russian, because they do this heroic in like no chance stuff very often in their movies. Maybe it should be faster to dip them actually in paint, in this quick shader buckets that the army painter have sometimes provides, or you can use them, because it's not maybe the most efficient way to hand paint all the whole miniature. Okay, he's done there, he's done here. His gladius is not taking too much. Now, we doing his back, neck, yes, and then we do his face. So well, this one has a bit chubby, chubby part of. He's more chin-like, chubby one. Kind of upward chin-like features in his face. Alright, so this is it. This is great work. They're coming out real nice. So if I'm gonna play, I have about 100 more of them to paint, I guess. They have these huge armies. Now we read up on the history of Rome, Civil War, and I don't mean Hannibal. I think his name is, what did I say? Blomus? And all the segments on top of the yes, like this, of the armor.
Chop. So, thank you for today, ladies and gentlemen. I will now drink some yerba mate. Perfect, nice, extremely good temperature. And we will say goodbye to our chaps here in the corner. Whatever, there they are. And yeah, thank you very much. See you later. Tomorrow we continue the painting journey of the Roman rebel legions, or how the hell you call them. Pompeii here and Pompeii there. So, see you in, I don't know, about 20 hours or so, maybe earlier. See you. Have a nice day. Bye.